What's up, guys? How are you guys doing today? Week's almost over. It's been a short one, and we are back at it. All right, today, as you can see from the title, we are talking about deja vu. Have you guys ever had deja vu? I'm sure you have. Have you had deja vu recently? Well, if you haven't had deja vu recently, I'm here to tell you that fragrances will bring deja vu back into your life. But there's also a problem with getting deja vu sometimes if you're at a certain kind of stage in life. So first of all, if you use drugs frequently, you're not going to get deja vu. Okay, it's going to be a very light touch of deja vu, a little sprinkle over here, a little sprinkle over there. Now, if you drink every single day, you're feeling very lethargic, and by the end of the day, you're just like, oh, I've had enough. You're not going to get any deja vu. Doesn't matter what type of fragrance you wear. Now, if you're able to kind of calm those down, or basically just kind of have like gaps in time when you're not using drugs and drinking excessively, then you're going to get deja vu and you're going to get dreams. You're going to get a lot of dreams, first of all, and you're going to get deja vu, throughout the day. Now, why are we talking about deja vu? Why is deja vu important to you? Okay. Deja vu, including dreams, but specifically today we're going to talk about deja vu, all right? And what is deja vu? Deja vu is when say you're walking around the mall, right? And you're testing out fragrances. You're sniffing here, you're sniffing there, and you smell something. And it's not like the best fragrance you've ever smelled in your life, but that certain scent takes you back in the moment in time. And either it takes you back in a moment in time, but that's not really deja vu. What deja vu is that at that time you smell it, you have this a flash of memory, and it's an instantaneous flash. Like, okay, bam, you just remembered something, but it's like you've experienced smelling the scent before, and you've experienced this whole action before. And sometimes when it happens to me, it's as if like you're looking into the future, like 2 or 3 days later, and you're like, I feel like I'm gonna experience this, or I've already experienced this, or this is going to happen in the future. Scents do that, especially the first time you smell them, and that's what makes the community, makes fragrances. I think for me, that's like one of the best parts of having a fragrance. Not just the compliment factor. Compliment factor is great. Getting compliments and getting loved for wearing a scent is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. That is one of the best things. But there's this undertone of experiences when you wear fragrances that you get that people don't really seem to talk about. Like fragrance, yes, it can be very creative, and it can elicit certain emotions, and these emotions come out as deja vu for me many times. If I'm lucky enough, I might experience it once a month, twice a month if I'm really, really lucky. And I have to be going out smelling. And not just fragrances, candles. I love candle shops because sometimes you walk in and there's just a massive amounts of smells going on. And I like it because it's all muffled. It's not just like, unless you come close and smell things. I like smelling things, okay? You guys can tell that by now. But when you get deja vu, it teaches you about yourself and like kind of like the inner workings of your mind. Because I feel like whenever I get it, it's always about something new. I feel like refreshed. It's like, oh, that's how I'm supposed to feel. Oh, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Oh, that happened before. And like specifically in my private life, there's things that are just going on, and also with business, it's like almost like it puts me in a certain kind of vibe to get things done that I want to get done. It puts me in a certain mood, and it keeps me there for long enough for my willpower to take over and just keep it going. It's very, very important. And even without fragrances, I'll get deja vu, but it'll be with like something else in the atmosphere that'll trigger it. But I can tell you right now, smelling a fragrance, that happens a lot more often when I smell something, that it'll trigger that behavior, that the memory, or the the sight, the future sight. Now, why do you want it? You really want this in your life. This is really important because it makes you feel happier. You actually feel there's certain feelings that you get from experiencing a really good dream or an instant deja vu moment. Like there was one time that I don't know what it was smelling. I smelled something. It had a very oceanic smell to it. And it had like this other smell that I can't even really describe. It was like oceanic and earthy. Okay, I forgot even the fragrance was, but it brought me back to this time when I was living in Santa Monica, and like the way I felt and like the freedom that I had when I was a kid, not thinking about money, not even thinking about girls, just only like riding my bike down the street as fast as I can, popping wheelies. And that feeling, I swear to God, for like a couple of months, I had that vibe again of when I was a kid. It was just like, uh, you know, eh, I don't even know how to describe it. The reason why is just because I don't have that feeling right now. I feel a little different. I feel a lot older, a bit more mature. I have like the way I think and the way I go about my life. I'm more tactical the way I think. But that vibe, I like that vibe the most because I feel like I'm free within like I'm free within my own mind and how I want to, just act on impulse. That's the way I like to live my life. And I can't do that anymore because I have to be more tactful. When you get older, you have to plan, and you have to be more serious and more precise in the actions that you take. You can just go, and live your life freely, but a lot of times your results are much better if you are precise. But if you're able to get that vibe of freedom, like having that vibe that you can do whatever you want, well, man, that's a very powerful feeling because you're almost at your best at that moment in time. You might be able to perform better because you're using you're just acting on impulse. You're like a free spirit. You're acting on impulse when you have that vibe, and that vibe can only be attained. Yeah, you can attain it through meditation, but when it comes naturally, just by just some phenomena in your life. And fragrances is the one of the ones that make me feel like that. Food, no, I can't just really eat a meal. And well, I guess you possibly could eat a meal, but for me, like smells, scents bring back experiences and the way I felt in the past and how I'm going to feel in the future, how I would want to feel in the future, and I can act on it. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever had this experience before or know what I'm talking about, but if you're able to kind of like cut back on, because if you do drugs, you're not going to be at that level to have that type of feeling. Like they do have people who are like totally free spirits and they do drugs and they drink really heavy, but those people are few and far between. And I feel like that their actions aren't genuine. I feel like they're just pretending that everything's great and gravy when it's not really. Because I know how I am when I do drugs and how I am when I don't do drugs. It's totally, totally different. I don't even get these. I don't even pick up any kind of deja vu. I have like no dreams, and I'm pretty sure. Hit me in the comment section below if you guys have like dreams when like you actually smoke or drink. Let me know in the comment section below. Now, you learn about yourself like as you go on in your journey, especially when you're on your journey, how like combined with not drinking and not blazing, like your whole entire body structure will feel much better, much more optimized to live life. And feeling the feeling of freedom, not just from financial freedom from it, because believe me, it is tasking on your wallet. But for some people, it's not really. It's really more, of course, way more a mental freedom, because if you're blazing, all right, you're living in a cloud. It's a very fuzzy effect. Everything, nothing is really clear. Your subconscious mind isn't thinking very clearly, and you become, what's the word for it? You become very antsy. You become very detached from society. Let's say a lot of people have friends, but then you become detached. It's like for me, for me, like if I was to do drugs, I would have a lot of friends, right? But like the connections will not be genuine connections. The connections will be of a detached type. And you say like, what are you talking about? You meet up with people, you drink, we're having fun. Yeah, you are, but what are you talking about? Like, when was the last time you had like a long conversation, like an actual real conversation with a person? Okay, if you're single, with a girl, outside of trying to have a one night stand. When was the last time you had a conversation that you just kind of like want to be friends? No, okay, you're trying to have friends with benefits, right? But a lot of times your conversation will be so based around what you want instead of based around really, actually, and truly having fun. A lot of times people don't even realize that they're so encapsulated in what they want, they forget that they want to have fun as well. Now, that's what I feel like drinking, smoking, and other types of drugs it does to you over time, and it degrades your heart. You don't have the heart to actually think on a level of having a passion to spend time with someone outside of just generally what you want out of it. Now, I don't know if that really makes sense to you, but trust me, it makes sense. Now, like as you go along through your journey and these doors start opening for you and you're like, oh, whoa, what's this? Oh, wow, I feel like this. You start feeling differently. You start acting differently. Whoa, you're going to be wearing a big smile on your face. You're just going to be like, you're just going to be a totally different citizen. Let me tell you. So yeah, if you guys actually thinking about making some changes, using fragrances to start you on a new journey, consider it. Start it today. Watch some of my other videos. Check them out. Look and see how you can learn about yourself when you actually make decisions that'll change your life. Hit me in the comment section below, guys. Have a great day. Peace.